Morning, morning, morning. How you doing? Sean Butler here from the SpursTalkShow. This is Bugsy Malone. Hope you're happy, healthy, doing the things you love with the people that you love doing them with. Do you know what, guys? I'm saying that a little bit too often because I love doing these things with you, and I want you to know that. I very much appreciate all the comments you drop, and every time that you do like, share, and subscribe to the video, and hit that notification bell, which is what I'm asking you to do today again, by the way. I do love doing these with you because we get to talk about the thing together that we love to watch. Or at least, I've got to say this, I've got to be real, at least I used to. I don't like watching Tottenham Hotspur anymore. I'm sick of it. Last night was just pitiful. It was pitiful. We started with a stronger team than I imagined we would. And Nottingham Forest made 9 changes from the team that played against Brentford, I think it was, in midweek or on the weekend. We can't beat the 20th place team in the Premier League, rock bottom of the Premier League, their B team. We can't beat with the majority of our A team. There's something fishy about their philosophy and about the mindset. Conte saying we were tired. Dude, everyone's tired. Everyone's tired. Tired of watching this bloody football. You know? Didn't get to see too much of the players we wanted, and when we did, I don't know if you can judge them too much coming on when you're already 2-0 down. But guys, I'm really sick of it. I am. Like, for me, I know it's different for most of you, because I remember the reaction when I said, like a couple of months ago, that for me, trophies are not the be-all and end-all. And that people who think that if you have had a season that doesn't include a trophy, then that season is a failed season. I didn't agree with that. I still don't agree with that on principle. But I also understand that, you know, the trophy drought is so long that it's incredibly frustrating. It gives ample banter to all of our rival fans all the time, and Tottenham should be able to compete more. I also believe, however, that it's never been more difficult to win a trophy than it is right now. And I think it will only get even harder should the inevitable happen, which is Liverpool are bought out by the Dubai Sports Group, and God forbid Manchester United and the Glazers also sell to another sovereign wealth fund out of, you know, those oil nations. I think you get left behind at that point. And I think I would even go as far as to say at that stage, I'd probably pivot to ENIC out or ENIC sell. Not because I think that they've done a bad job. I don't. I think they've done a very good job at what I find important for a football club owner to do, which is, in the first priority, make sure you're sustainable and competitive. But I feel like they may have taken us as far as they can go. If you're competing with people whose most difficult job is to hide the source of money and funding versus finding the sources of funding, which is what we have to do with Tottenham. You know, those guys that come from those oil states, they have almost like a disregard for money. They have so much of it. The only thing that matters to them is being the best, being number one. And so they'll, you know, like, look what happened to Manchester City. They have shell corporations that are set up with no employees, no, you know, obvious sales service, no obvious product, and yet they just dump 20 million, 30 millions into Manchester City's coffers to balance the books. And, you know, I don't think that Tottenham could do that, right? They can't. And so if it comes to the part where, you know, 5 of the top 7, if you include Tottenham, 5 of the top 7 will maybe be owned by that kind of wealth. The 6 in Chelsea are owned by American businessmen who bought the club as a distressed asset, $1 billion less. And so have all that money that they can reinvest into the club and generate returns that way. All competing for, you know, 4 or 5 spots in the Champions League, 3 trophies. that each of them are in the first instance, it's going to be very difficult for Tottenham to compete when they're trying to do it the typical way, generating your own revenue streams and making ends meet that way. So if that happens, I feel like I might have to pivot and become, a Levy out narrative content creator, but not for the same reasons as those that already are. But getting back to the football, guys, listen, for me, it's just been so abject. It's been so boring for so long. For me, I'm missing the fun of watching Tottenham, and that is the most important thing for me. A minute ago, I was saying about the trophies, right? The drought and how important it is to you guys. I understand that, and it's important to me too that we get a trophy, but it's not the most important thing. It's not the reason why I watch Tottenham. I watch Tottenham because the passion I have for them, the love, the investment, in my energy, all of those things are there because twice a week for 90 minutes I can distract myself from my life. The stresses that I have on my own head and heart and shoulders get put to one side, and I am fully invested in something that I have zero control over the outcome of, but yet I am fully baked in when it comes to the passion and the will for success. But for me, that is about enjoyment. I want to enjoy the football that I watch. I want to see us play. I want to see us go at the other teams. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's the Tottenham way, but go at them. And for too long now, under Mourinho, Nuno and Conte, especially Conte, the football is so boring. And, to those of you who say that they'll tolerate it if it brings success, I don't know if I want to tolerate it, because my priorities are about enjoyment more than they are about lifting a trophy. I know that's me, and I know I'm the minority, and you guys are happy to feel the way that you are and that you do. But for me, every 90 minutes I want to see fun things on the pitch. That's the distraction, and I don't see it anymore. I don't. And to those who say, "Oh, get the players, give him the tools, and he'll, get us there," I don't know if he would. I don't know if, well, first and foremost, the team that played last night should be good enough to be able to beat teams like Nottingham Forest B team, teams like Bournemouth, teams like Sporting and Marseille and Newcastle, to be honest. I understand if you get beaten by the likes of Arsenal or United or Liverpool or Chelsea, whatever, but the rest of them, we shouldn't have to play the way we do. And last night was another example. We had the better team, and yet we played the worst football once again. I don't even really care about the result. I just care about the style. It's boring, and I've had enough of it. Does that make me Conte out? Because I'm getting close, if I'm honest. My patience is wearing very, very thin. I'd like to know how you feel about this. Maybe it's time for like a factory reset at Tottenham, where everything's got to go. The board, the ownership, the manager, half of the players. Factory reset, the whole thing. As I say, guys, for me, the reason why I'm saying this is because, I went to bed last night. Come on, guys, we're going back this way. I went to bed last night feeling very angry and frustrated with the performance, the result, and overall the energy that I was feeling. And I hoped that I'd wake up this morning feeling different, but I haven't really. Just fed up with it. And if we go and spend 200 million quid on a manager in January, or 150 million quid on a manager that won't commit, to continue to play a system that is boring and negative, I don't know how I feel about that either. I'd probably, if the writing's on the wall and that he inevitably will leave, I'd rather he leave now. I hate to say it because when he came in, it was like everyone was so excited. And also, like, I know people in the comments are going to say, mate, we're 4th in the league and we qualified to the last 16 of the Champions League. It's not that bad. It's not. The performances have been awful, but the results, the output, the outcome have been great. And would we have taken 4th place going into the World Cup and last 16 of the Champions League? Of course, I would have bitten your hand off for it. And that's where the dilemma, that's where the kind of the paradox is, or the difficulty in my mind is around where do you go after Conte? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know which manager. Would you get one of the guys who is a top name that falls out of the World Cup early and disappoints for their nation? Would you do that? Maybe. Do you go and get Poch back or a Brendan Rodgers? I mean, all of that stuff will bring excitement to some of the fans. It will bring misery to others who think we're either going backwards or that the level of managerial quality is taking a step down. It depends what's important to you guys. And I know that to you, most of you, winning trophies is more important than anything else. To me, it's not. It isn't, that's just my take, my opinion. I feel the way I feel. You guys can feel the way you feel. But for me, I want to see Tottenham play good football. I want to see us play exciting stuff. And I want to see us have some fun on the pitch. We've got enough talent to be able to do it. Am I Levy out? Not yet, but if Liverpool and Manchester United get bought out, then maybe. I think that's inevitable as well. Am I Conte out? I'm not Conte out, but if he was to quit tomorrow, I wouldn't care. How about that? Whilst he's here, I want him to do the best for Tottenham, but at some point in the not too distant future, he will have managed his last game, and I won't reflect very positively on his managerial tenure at Tottenham. It's very forgettable. I'm not Conte out, but if he was to leave, I'd say don't let the door hit you on your way out, bro. Good luck with everything. I love you all. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you next time. As always. Bye. Bye.